Hello everyone, welcome to this group discussion series. In this video, we are going to discuss what students to do in the GD when the GD topic is introduced and a preparation time of 2 to 3 minutes is given to the student. In this video, we are going to discuss some quick tips on how to write more points about a topic. Let's first take an example. Does social media improve our lives? Question mark. Now, if a topic like this is introduced to the students, how to write many points in a matter of 2 to 3 minutes, many points which you would use later in the GD while participating. Now, let me give you first some quick tips, then I'll tell you what not to do and some proper guidelines of how to prepare in this 2 to 3 minutes. First, now in a white sheet of paper which is provided to you or you have carried, first write the letters P, E, S, T, L, and E, which means political, economic, social, technological, legal, and environmental. Now, the student should think that this topic, does social media improve our lives? Is this related to politics? Now, in social media, on our day-to-day basis, we come across a lot of political agendas, a lot of political topics. The student should be able to write a few quick tips. Does this social media, in certain ways, student can relate this topic to economic conditions of a country, economy of a nation? It can be anything. How it has changed our social behavior, students could write about this. What technologies are used? For example, Instagram filters can be discussed in this. Are there any legalities of using social media? And finally, are there any environmental angles which could be discussed in this topic? So what the student should do is quickly think of 2-3 points with regard to this topic and with regard to politics, economics, society or social status or social conditions, technology, legal aspects, and environmental aspects. And continuing with this, the student can also go for SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. The student should think, what are the strengths? Can you relate any strengths of social media? Can you relate any weaknesses of social media? What do you think the opportunities are created with social media? Does those opportunities improve our lives? And threats. What could be the threats of using social media? Has that impacted our lives? The student can also think or answer some questions of what, where, who, why. Such questions will also give some impact, some points, some areas or dimensions to think and write. Some other things can be accessibility or access. Is it reliable? You can think about numbers. So these are like characteristics. One head should be characteristics. Now very quickly the student should write PESTLE Y questions W questions and some characteristics like access, reliability or numbers. Now the student has areas to think about, and if you see, even if a student comes up with 2 points for each of these, at the end of 2 minutes you will be able to have around 30 points. Now what should you do while you are thinking in these terms? First of all, do not write complete sentences. Write short, quick points. Points should be such that even in between the GD, if you can take a look, even take a small peek at this piece of paper, you should be able to come up with a point quickly. So do not waste time in writing full sentences. Do not write paragraphs. Write just 1 or 2 keywords in the area in which you are thinking. For example, the topic, can you relate it to strengths, and 2 or 3 points which relate to strength. Of course, the student is now thinking about whether the student should think about for or against the topic, but the student can also write generalized points which are neither for nor against, or points for both if the student wants, and then depending on how the discussion progresses, if the person is not the initiator or the first speaker, can decide to go for or against the topic related to other speakers who have spoken before the candidate. Now, the objective should be write as many points as possible. Be quick in writing as many points as possible, because it might happen that a few points which you have written somebody else also speaks, then you have lesser points to think about. These are simple guidelines. So these were the simple guidelines and tips and techniques which a student can use in the first few minutes to write down quick points. Now to carry forward, how to speak, how to interrupt somebody to speak, how to make your points confidently, what should be the body language while you're in a GD. All these are different aspects of the GD which will be discussed in the future parts of this group discussion series. Hope you liked the video. Do share us your views in the comment section. Thank you for tuning in.